Hi, my name is Kari and I'm the product architect here at FieldSync. What I'd like to go over with you today are some of the new features and benefits that you'll find in our newest release, version 2.4.5. Now, this release includes enhancements to our formatted reports, the ability to configure the customer button, graphics, and other general maintenance fixes on the web. As far as the mobile application goes, we've included some performance enhancements as well as usability enhancements. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these new features. Now on the web is our new task detail report. Now previous to this release, if you went in and completed data entry on any of your tasks, there was no way to print out a report that showed that data entry. So what we've done is if you go into the reports area, the task detail report tab now displays all of the tasks like it always has, but now we have this ability to select view to see the details of that task. So I'll select view to display all of the task information up at the top, and then you'll see the actual data that was collected regarding that task, including any configurable fields, the date and time, which user collected the information, and all of the other data collected for each of those tasks. Now up at the top, you can choose to either print the report, you can save it as a PDF, or export it to Excel. You have lots of different options that are now available to you to give you a method to get that information outside of the system. Another change that we made within reporting is our log detail report. Now we can go into settings and go to our log types. And now under each of your log types, so we'll take incident report for example, you have the ability to go in and configure some report settings. So first of all, you can choose a header image that will be displayed across the top of your report. You could also format the title and the footer. Now, since this is for a specific log type, every time I go to view an incident report in the printable format, that information will show up at the top. So in this example, I've added a logo to the top, a FieldSync logo. I've added a title of incident report, center aligned it, 14 point font size, and also added a footer. So now I can save that. So now when I go in to look at a log report, so let me change my dates here and choose an incident report type. You will see that my logo is at the top, my title, and at the bottom I have my footer. So this really allows you for each of your different log types to customize what the report is going to look like. So if you have certain reports that you have to send to a different agency, or if you want to add a custom title or a custom footer to any of those reports, then you can make those changes and it's specific to each log type. Now another big feature that we've added in this release is the ability to configure this customer button. So we realize that now that we've made FieldSync a little bit more generic, it's no longer just an application that can be used by companies that manage people. So you can also use it for any other type of data collection. So to configure what that customer button graphic will be, you can come in here to the settings area and go under labels. So this is where you would also change the labels for that button. And here you can choose out of several different options as far as what you would want that customer button to be. So let's say, for example, that you want it to be locations. So we'll just do a building to indicate a location. And then you could come down here within the labels and change your customer label. We'll do customers to locations. So now after I update that and I come to my dashboard, you can see that my button has been updated to include the new graphic, and it also has a customizable label. So now you can really utilize FieldSync for any type of business that you're running, and this will also synchronize down to the mobile application and show up on the mobile main menu using the same graphic. Another change that we've made is to default this staff locator map to the location of your business. So if you go into admin and click on your company tab, you'll see here that you have an address indicated for your company. So let's go ahead and change this. I'm going to put in, let's say it's Apple's address in Cupertino, California. And their zip code is 95014. Now when I save that and come back to my dashboard, you'll see that the focus of my map is now geared around that address instead of the Boise, Idaho location. So we think this will be a great feature for all of our customers who are outside of the Boise area, which is a lot of you. Next, we also made some changes to our Social Security number requirements. So prior to this release, you had to enter for each of the customers that you added into the system. The Social Security number was not only a required field, but it also required that it was a unique number. So this was to prevent companies from adding the same individual to their instance more than one time. So now we've lifted those restrictions. It's no longer required. So if Social Security number is not a piece of information that you collect from your customers, you can simply skip that field altogether and still be able to add new customers. And likewise, for those who do capture the Social Security number, we still check for whether or not the number is a unique one or not, but you're still able to add if it is a duplicate. You just are presented with a warning. Similarly, we also lifted some restrictions in the logs area. So when you go into logs and you add a new log, previous to this release, the title field and the notes field were both required fields. Now, a lot of you are just using logs to capture a lot of different data using the configurable fields. So, for example, if all you're wanting to do is fill out the fields that are down below here and you don't really need to create any type of a journal entry, now you are no longer required to enter a title and notes. You can just go down automatically to the configurable fields and you're allowed to still save that record. So again, that really gives you more flexibility on how to use the system. And then finally, with regards to the mobile application, we've made some performance enhancements to make the synchronization a lot faster. We also added some feedback messages. So we were finding that on some of the pages that took a little bit longer to load, it was difficult to see that something was actually happening. So we added some feedback messages to inform users of the progress. And then we also changed the buttons on the main menu to match exactly what you see here on the dashboard. So we've got some consistency between the two applications. Now we're really excited about this release. We think that some of these features will really open up the flexibility and the usability for our customers, especially those of you who are not within the healthcare industry. And as always, if you have any questions about FieldSync, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.